and walked straight toward the main conference room at the end of the corridor. Shen Bingbing was standing by the conference room door and opened it for me. "President Liu, everyone has arrived." Su Linian glanced suspiciously at Shen Bingbing. For some reason, she felt that the way Shen Bingbing looked at her today was rather strange. Shen Bingbing pretended not to notice and followed behind me carrying the documents she had just collected. Under the watchful eyes of all the senior executives, I calmly walked to the head seat at the conference table and sat down. With a loud smack, the folder was thrown onto the conference table. Drawing frequent glances from the executives, I rested my chin against the back of my chair and said, "The reason I called everyone here today is to announce adjustments to the positions of certain executives." After speaking, I turned to look at Su Linian, who had just sat down. During her tenure as director, Director Su abused her position and repeatedly misappropriated company funds, causing serious damage to the company's interest. After careful consideration, it has been decided to terminate her employment contract with the company. After a pause, I looked again at the stunned Su Linian. "Director Su, will you resign voluntarily, or wait for the company to dismiss you?" As soon as the words fell, the entire conference room fell silent. Not only was Su Linian completely dazed, the other executives were equally stunned. As if they couldn't believe what they had heard. Everyone's first thought was that the couple had gotten into a fight. Some were secretly delighted, while others tried to mediate. "President Liu, isn't this punishment a bit too harsh?" Although Director Su made mistakes, she has also made contributions. Under her leadership, the sales department's performance has steadily improved. Besides, the misappropriation of funds is already in the past. Director Su has already repaid the money. Can't we use another form of punishment? I looked at the person speaking. Su Linian really was capable. In less than a year after joining the company, she had already won over a veteran executive to speak on her behalf. "Director Zhao Yuan, are you saying that all of the sales department's achievements were solely Director Su's contribution, and that something as serious as misappropriating company funds can simply be brushed aside? Is that what you mean?" I didn't mean that. Sweat formed on Zhao Yuan's forehead. After receiving Su Linian's pleading glance, he could only continue persuading me. And everyone knows that couples are bound to have disagreements. I'm just worried that if you two are too stubborn, things will become difficult to resolve later. I let out a cold laugh. "Then I suppose I should thank you for your concern." "I wouldn't dare." Zhao Yuan waved his hands and said he wouldn't dare. Yet he still wanted to continue persuading me when I interrupted him. "Director Zhao, am I the president? Or are you the president?" Zhao Yuan immediately fell silent and threw Su Linian a helpless look. Su Linian cursed him inwardly as useless and could only place her hopes on me. I didn't refuse. If executive dismissals didn't require a formal meeting and a chance to hear opinions, I wouldn't even bother with the process. After dismissing the executives, Su Linian immediately stood up and leaned forward, drawing an alluring S-curve. She lifted a finger and tilted up my chin. Her sexy voice carried a hint of temptation. "Mu Yan, I need an explanation." I chuckled softly. "You misappropriated company funds, and now you're leaving. What's the problem with that?" Su Linian frowned at me. "You know that's not what I'm asking, and if you were angry because of that, you wouldn't have waited until now to confront me. You certainly wouldn't have personally paid back the missing funds for me. Would you?" The smile on my face nearly cracked. Was she reminding me how stupid I used to be? "You really want to know the reason?" I folded my arms. Though I remained seated, my gaze toward Su Linian was full of contempt. "When I loved you, I could put you on a pedestal. Now that I don't, what do you think you are?" Su Linian suddenly clenched her fist. Her chest rose and fell violently. "Mu Yan, you're the one who pursued me first. And now you can just stop loving me. Then who do you love? Yan Mengyao?" My face was full of impatience. "That's none of your business. And don't make yourself sound like the victim. Do you really love me? Or was I just a tool for your return to the family? I think you know the answer better than anyone. Su Linian, I have never done anything to wrong you. But what you owe me, you won't be able to repay in this lifetime." Su Linian felt a trace of guilt, but after hearing my final sentence, she sensed there was more behind it. Just as she was about to speak, I shoved her aside. Submit your resignation yourself. Don't make me repeat myself. After saying that, I left without looking back. The executives who had been dismissed thought the couple would talk things out behind closed doors and that the matter would be settled. Instead, they saw Su Linian carrying her belongings and walking out of the company building in a daze. Soon, rumors spread throughout the company. Meanwhile, when Yun Mengyao woke up, she saw a woman in a white coat talking with Zhang Ting. Miss, you're awake. The moment Zhang Ting saw Yun Mengyao open her eyes, she immediately hurried over. Yun Xingyu walked over to the bedside, munching on sunflower seeds, and took Yun Mengyao's pulse. The poison has been completely cured. When you said yesterday that you were giving the medicine to someone else, you nearly scared me to death. How did you suddenly change your mind afterward? Before Yun Mengyao could answer, Zhang Ting explained. It was Mr. Lu who made the decision to brew the medicine for Miss. And Mr. Lu and our Miss are together now. Thinking of the sympathetic look she had given me last night, Zhang Ting suddenly felt wronged. Miss, why didn't you tell me you had been poisoned? You think I wanted to come? I was just worried about you. Yun Xingyu rolled her eyes at her, and then asked, but wasn't that guy completely obsessed with that Su Linian? Now he's suddenly treating you so well, and chose to be with you. Don't you suspect he has some ulterior motive? Yun Mengyao's eyes were filled with unwavering determination. Even if he has some motive, so what? I'd willingly give him anything he wants, even my life. Hearing that, Yun Xingyu couldn't help cursing. Are you crazy? You're always offering up your life at the drop of a hat. Is your life really worth so little? Zhang Ting quickly handed her a cup of tea and attentively massaged Yun Xingyu's shoulders, thinking that aside from her young lady's cousin, who else of the same generation would dare speak to her like that? Even after drinking the tea, Yun Xingyu wasn't any calmer. After several more cups, she set the teacup down on the table and straightened her collar. All right, as long as you're fine, I'm relieved. I've got a mountain of work waiting in the lab. I'm leaving. No need to see me off. Although Yun Xingyu said there was no need, Zhang Ting still arranged for someone to drive her to the airport. After getting up, Yun Mengyao looked around the empty villa and suddenly felt uncomfortable. Even though Lu Yan had only stayed here for one night. Thinking of this, she looked at Zhang Ting. Get the car ready. I'm going to pick up. She paused before continuing. My boyfriend after work. After receiving Su Linian's resignation letter, I made a few personnel adjustments. And then, as usual, sat in my office, handling work matters. When it was time to get off work, I rubbed my temples and picked up my phone for a look. It was filled with call and message spam from Su Linian and her brother. Without even reading them, I deleted everything and blocked both of them. As a public figure, Suzy was heavily disguised, wrapped up from head to toe. Even his most devoted fans might not have recognized him, but I recognized him at a glance. Su Linian had misappropriated company funds multiple times to secure resources for Suzy, trying to make him a star as her second bargaining chip for returning to the Su family. After all, the Su family of the imperial capital was in the entertainment business, having a popular young celebrity as a son, even an illegitimate one, was still attractive to the head of the Su family. Suzy stepped forward and grabbed me. Brother-in-law, why didn't you answer my calls? What's going on between you and my sister? Why did you make her resign? Yun Mengyao had been about to get out of the car when she saw me come out, but after hearing Suzy's words, her hand paused on the car door. Zhang Ting turned around from the driver's seat. Miss, did you hear that? Mr. Lu fired Su Linian. Looks like he really wants to be with you. As she spoke, she glanced into the rearview mirror, only to find that Yun Mengyao didn't look particularly pleased. Yun Mengyao wasn't as delighted as Zhang Ting had imagined. After all, she had known since the morning that I was going to dismiss Su Linian. What really bothered her was that brother-in-law, the woman whose focus had gone astray. was already drowning in jealousy. I immediately shook off Susie's hand. You already know that she resigned. Didn't she tell you the reason? Susie was momentarily speechless. This version of me felt unfamiliar to her. But weren't all those things approved by you? My sister worked tirelessly for the company. She has both merit and dedication. What I do is none of your business. Understand, if you think it's unfair, go report me to the Labor Bureau. Now move aside, and don't make me repeat myself. Panic flashed through Susie's heart. Brother-in-law. I shot him a cold glance. Who's your brother-in-law? Su Linian and I have already broken up. Don't call me that again. My girlfriend might misunderstand. Those words stunned not only Susie, but also the surrounding employees, who all widened their eyes in shock. They had already guessed something about their president's breakup. But now that he had a new girlfriend, many of the executives couldn't help but worry. Su Linian had just left. Was another one coming? Because of my status, everyone subconsciously felt that whenever I dated someone, I was practically doing charity. Just then, a wave of gasps spread through the crowd. Who is that? She's gorgeous. Is she some celebrity? Why haven't I seen her before? I've seen her. I think she's been to our company. As the discussions grew louder, everyone looked toward Yun Mengyao, who was walking over. Confusion appeared on every face. Why would the eldest daughter of the Yun family come here? Is it for business cooperation? But if so, why come at quitting time? Just as they were wondering, they saw Yun Mengyao walk straight to my side and stop. She looked at me with a bright smile. Ready to go. I'm here to take you home. Seeing this, the employees present all stared in disbelief. A bold speculation took root in everyone's mind. For not choosing someone like Yun Mengyao, yet being completely devoted to his sister, but seeing the scene before him, he found it unbearably dazzling. I ignored Susie. More accurately, from the moment Yun Mengyao appeared, my eyes never left her face. What are you doing here? Yun Mengyao lowered her head and smiled softly. I'm here to pick up my boyfriend after work. That one sentence was practically a public declaration. The crowd instantly erupted. So she really is President Liu's new girlfriend. I smiled too. Let's go. Susie suddenly rushed forward. You can't leave. You're cheating on my sister. What did my sister ever do to you? For you to throw her away after using her? How can you do this to her? Everyone looked at the hysterical Susie and instinctively stepped back. Who is this guy? He's acting like a madman. So this is Director Su's brother? Director Su has already been kicked out of the company, okay? Still, doesn't anyone think he looks like a celebrity? Wait, I remember now. He looks like that actor, Susie. Come to think of it, they both have the surname Su. Could they really be siblings? When Susie realized someone had recognized him, he immediately shut his mouth. He shot me a resentful glare, then turned and left. After getting into Yun Mengyao's car, I rolled down the window and looked at Shen Bingbing. I have a task for you. Chairman Meng of Waxin Entertainment is considering leaving the board of directors. Get in touch with him and acquire all the shares in his hands in my name. Waxin Entertainment's headquarters is located in Shenxi. It is the entertainment company signed by Susie. Shen Bingbing was somewhat puzzled. How did I know about Chairman Meng's intention to withdraw? But she didn't ask further. She simply nodded in agreement. Zhang Ting watched Shen Bingbing leave. As she started the car, she looked into the rearview mirror and asked, Miss, are we going back to Yujing or to Diwan? Yujing was Yun Mengyao's residence. Diwan was my home. Both were located in the most expensive area of Shenxi. Yun Mengyao looked at me, her eyes questioning. I replied calmly, Diwan. Yun Mengyao let out a soft sound. Her tone carried some disappointment. Zhang Ting silently slapped herself. Why did she even ask? She could have just driven us to Yujing. Wouldn't her young lady take it out on her later? The two people in the back seat paid no attention to Zhang Ting's dilemma. I looked at the woman whose ears practically drooped. Amused, I rubbed her head. You don't want me to go back? Yun Mengyao looked at me pitifully. What do you think? I sounded troubled, but I still have some important documents. At home. That need to be handled. How about tomorrow? Yan Mengyao nodded. Okay. Whatever you say. After saying that, I kissed Yan Mengyao on the forehead. It was only a fleeting touch.